So to begin, you want to take your blue yarn, create a slip knot, and chain 25, and you're going to double crochet into the back of the second chain from hook, and then double crochet all the way along to the end. That's 24 double crochets in total. And when you reach the end of that, chain 1, turn your work and repeat for another 3 rows. Just 1 double crochet into every stitch along, 24 double crochets in total. And once you reach the end of those 4 rows, you're just going to chain 1, turn your work, flip up the bottom to meet the top row, and then double crochet through the front first stitch and the bottom first stitch. And then continue to double crochet all the way along that row into the stitches of both rows. And you want to make sure that you still have 24 double crochet when you reach the end of this row. Okay, and once you reach the end of that row, you're just going to chain 1, turn your work and do another full row of double crochet. And at the end of that row, what you want to do is chain 1, pull up a loop, cut your yarn, take your grey, turn your work around, and attach your grey into that first stitch, and we're going to crochet in those ends as we go. Chain 1, and we're just doing double crochets, a double crochet into every stitch along. Okay, and at the end of that row, all you want to do is chain 1, pull up a loop, and cut your yarn. Turn your work over, take your blue again, put your hook through that first stitch, pull through your blue, and we're going to crochet in those ends. Chain 1, and do 1 double crochet into every stitch along. When you reach the end of that row, you just want to chain 1, pull up a loop, and cut your yarn. Turn your work, put your hook through that first stitch, pull through with the grey, and we are going to crochet in those ends, chain 1, and do 1 double crochet into every stitch along. And at the end of that row, you just want to chain 1, pull up a loop, and cut your yarn. Turn your work, put your hook through that first stitch, pull through with your blue, chain 1, and we're going to do 2 rows of just double crochet with the blue. So once you get to the end of those 2 rows, you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and from here on out we are going to be decreasing the first 2 stitches and the last 2 stitches of each row until we reach a point. So to do that, you want to yarn over, put your hook into the stitch, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over again, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through all 3. And then we're going to just double crochet along until we reach the last 2 stitches again. And then into the last 2 stitches we are going to do another double crochet decrease stitch. And then chain 1, turn your work, and we're going to repeat that until we reach a point. So a double crochet decrease stitch, and double crochet all the way along until those last 2 stitches. And I will meet you back once you've reached a point. Okay, so once you reach the end, all you want to do is chain one, pull up a loop, and cut your yarn. You can go ahead and add a tassel to the bottom if you wish. I'm going to add a grey tassel, and all you want to do is take your iron on house badge, place it in the middle, take it to your iron, cover the entire thing with a tea towel, and iron your patch on, making sure that your iron is not too hot for the type of wool that you are using, or the type of yarn that you are using. You can go ahead and weave in this end. You may wish to use this tail end to attach your tassel. If not, you can go ahead and weave that one in as well. And take your dowel, and you'll just want to measure your dowel against the top of your work. Cut your dowel, sand the edges down so that you don't have rough edges like this. Slide it through your channel and take a piece of yarn and tie it onto both ends. And I will go ahead and do all those things and then meet you back at the end. Okay, so I've got this at a second, and I'm just going to put my dowel in. And as you can see, it is a little bit loose in places, but you really don't want to leave your iron on this for too long, because you can already see the difference between where the iron has been and where it hasn't been. So if you want that on there really tight, I would definitely recommend lightly hand stitching around the edge. And then all you want to do is take a small length of yarn, and then you can weave the ends into the back part here to hide those. And there we go, guys. That is our really quick, really simple house pennant. I hope you guys enjoyed. And this is really simple to do with any of the houses, obviously. You just switch out the colours, switch out your badge,